Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you're new, welcome. For today's look, I'll be doing a look from the Jaclyn Hill palette. This is going to be a get ready with me, and also this video is sponsored by Sunber hair. I made this wig by myself, guys. If you guys want to see me achieve this makeup look and also how I style my hair in this video, just keep watching. I'm just going to use my primer, the POREfessional primer, and I'm just going to prime my eyelids with this. And I feel like when I do this all the time, it makes my eye makeup look 10 times better. So what I'm gonna do is apply my concealer, and this is in the shade medium beige. I'm gonna apply this to my eyelids also. I'm gonna use a damp water everywhere, a damp beauty blender, and just pat that in. And before I even started to do my makeup, I did my edges. That's why I have on this headband, just to slick down my edges, so when I'm ready to do foundation, my edges will be slayed. I'm gonna set my eyes with the La Mercier. Okay, so this is a favorite of mine. This is like one of the best palettes I've ever owned. It is the Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm in love with this palette. I'm gonna be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills brush, which came in the Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm gonna be using this shade here, and I'm also gonna be using this shade as my transition color. And I'm just doing this, I'm not doing it in any specific way. I'm just applying it on my whole lid, and also just building up that color. Now I'm gonna be using the shade Hunts, which is this orangey looking color here, and I'm gonna be putting this like in my crease. And then I'm just gonna be using my blender brush to blend this out so it won't look that harsh. So now I'm going to be using the shade below the Hunts, which is called Jazz. I hope I'm pronouncing it correct. And then I'm going to use that to deepen up my outer crease. Then I go back in with the two transition shades just to blend everything together. Once that is done, we are going to move on to doing a cut crease. I'm just gonna take my concealer, put some here. And what I do to perfect a half cut crease, I just follow my natural eyelid, you know, shape. And then I just, how would I explain it? I kind of just overline my eyelid a little bit because I have hooded eyes. So just to open up my eyes more, I kind of just overline it. If that makes sense. I'm trying to explain it in the best way possible. Now what I'm doing, I'm just blending out that concealer a bit, just so that the eyeshadow can apply better to my eyelid. And then for my eyeshadow not to appear harsh on the outer half, I just take my fingers and blend in that concealer. I'm going to take a flat brush and I'm going to use this shade here at the end of the palette, which is this rose gold. Once I used that brush just to pack on the eyeshadow, I went in and used a small concealer brush just to make sure that the lines were neat. Once that is done, I went back in with the Jazz color just on the outer half of my lid, and then also I went back in with that Hun shade just to blend the two shades together. So now I'm going to be applying my favorite lashes of all time, my D22 lashes, and I'm going to be doing this off camera. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to foundation, and of course I'm going to be using my NARS and then just work this in my skin. So I'm going to be using two concealers. I'm going to mix them together. The first concealer I'm using is the LANCôME Teint Idole Ultra Wear Concealer. And also, I love this concealer, guys. This concealer is full coverage. It gets the job done for me. I can't remember exactly what shade this is. I'll leave that in the description. Then I'm going to use my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Medium Beige. I'm gonna set that concealer with my Laura Mercier powder. I use my beauty blender to apply the powder. I feel like I get the best application with this. And I'm just making sure that there's no creasing under my eyes. When I ordered my NARS foundation, I got this sample in the mail, which is a Too Faced Peach Perfect Matte Foundation. It came with 4 shades, and I used the darkest shade, which is a Toffee, to contour. I'm gonna set the rest of my face with my Laura Mercier powder, and then I'm gonna go in and set my contour. Now taking my Shade and Light palette by Kat Von D. I love this palette so much. I'm going to take this middle shade here, and I'm going to set my contour with that. Moving on to highlight, I'm going to be using my Hustler Baby highlighter by Fenty Beauty. And the brush that I'm using today is the Morphe M501 brush. Going back into the palette, I'm going to be using this turquoise shade here called Pool Party. And this is what completes the whole look. I'm going to be taking that shade and applying it to my lower lash line. For mascara, I'm going to be using my MAC Falls Lashes Waterproof Mascara. And for my lips, I'm going to be using my Fenty Beauty lip gloss. So now that my look is complete, I'm going to spray my face with the Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 Setting Spray. So guys, I did mention earlier in this video that this video is sponsored by Sunber Hair. I did make this wig by myself, so I'm really impressed on how it came out. I'm going to be using my heat protectant spray just to prep my hair before I use my flat iron. And I went ahead and curled half my head just to see which side I preferred, and I did prefer the curly side. So now what I'm going to be doing is just curling the other half so you guys can see how I style this hair. So I use my Got2b and my toothbrush just to slick down my edges. And I need a mirror for this. And slicking down my edges on this wig with the Got2b was so easy. And it didn't really come out stiff or anything, so I'm surprised. And once that is done, this is the final look, guys, and I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please give it a huge thumbs up and also subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so when I do post, you guys will get those notifications. And all my social media are linked down below. Go follow me on all my social media, and I'll see you guys next time.
How far